Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Lady Nika, and with another scripted review. This time we're talking about How to Get Away with Murder. This is season 2, episode 1. It's time to move on. Apologize for the tardiness of this video. Y'all know sometimes I go through some things. Y'all might hear or see my guest star Jalen from time to time, because I asked him let me do it. I don't know if he's going to let me do it, but we going to try. And let's start off with going back. We're going to go back and remind y'all what happened. Y'all remember season 1, it was all about who killed Sam Keaton. Well, we later found out that Frank was the person that actually killed Lila Stangard. That's what it started off. It started off with who killed Lila Stangard. As the season progressed, we came to find out that Lila was having a relationship with Annalise Keaton's husband, Sam. He wound up getting killed in their home at the hands of Wes when Rebecca came in there trying to get that information off of his computer, put it on a flash drive. Okay, after that happened, there was a lot of suspicion, and everybody thought Rebecca had done it, except for Wes. They went to Rebecca's apartment, tried to talk to her about it, wound up calling Annalise there. At the time Annalise arrived, they had already tied the girl up and had her in the bathroom. Annalise wanted to try to help her and find out what she knew, and old girl started acting a damn fool, screaming and hollering when she removed the tape off her mouth. So they moved Rebecca to the basement of Annalise's house. During that period, some kind of way she got her loose. Now, we all know, and Annalise and Frank knows, that Rebecca is now dead, okay? We moving into the second season. She's dead, but the other students don't know, and it's causing them a lot of confusion. I mean, it's causing them to really be on edge because, as far as they know, Rebecca escaped out of the basement. They don't know she did, okay? So they, everybody on edge, wondering when this girl gonna appear, because of course they know that if Rebecca resurfaces, she's going to go to the police and, expose them all, and nobody wants that, okay? Well, on the first episode, we see Annalise and her crew. They in there doing their usual, how she do in the classroom, try to teach them. Annalise is one of those attorneys who truly believe that you are innocent until they can prove you guilty. Now, we all know that means that Annalise knows she do a lot of things that she shouldn't do, as well as many other attorneys. But of course, she teaching them how to be good lawyers. Prove it. If you say I did it, I don't give a damn what you say. If you can't prove it, then it's not so, okay? And Wes comes to class late, and he got a little attitude. He's a little upset because he's hurting because Rebecca was his girlfriend, and he don't know where she at. Annalise tries to engage him in the conversation going on with her class. He tells her pass. She tries to stimulate him yet again because y'all know she got this mother-son type of relationship with him, almost borderline incest type looking shit. But that's Annalise. And she's trying to make him come out of that shell, kind of bring him back to life. And Wes is definitely not the young man of season 1 because he tells her adamantly, pass means I don't know. And she accepts it because she know why he acting that way. Okay, let's go back to Annalise's house now. And Laura and Michaela still into it. Last season, Michaela lost her ring the night that they decided to take Sam's body and go burn it in the woods. Well, she didn't in actuality lose her ring. Laurel found it in the backseat of Connor's car, and she just didn't tell her because they all knew at that time that Michaela was likely to be the person to squeal on them. So Michaela got an attitude right now about the whole situation, okay? All right, well, while they in there having that argument about, the two of them not still having this disagreement. Actually, Laurel cool with it, but Michaela still in her fucking feelings behind it. And while that's going on in the living room area of Annalise's house, in her office, she's actually watching this news broadcast of two adult adopted children who are killed or killing their parents, who are from what we saw, they rich people. Okay, so They're accused of that, and Annalise is the wheels in her head is ticking because she wants to try to see how she can get this assignment away from the top the top firm that's got it right now. They've already hired a slew of lawyers, and they from some multi-million-dollar law firm, child, and they trying to get Annalise wants to try to get the case, okay? Well, Frank come in there and tell her, as Blondie was trying to talk to her, that the kids are unraveling, and she said that they're just scared right now, but it's gonna be okay. Okay, next we see her getting up to leave, and Frank is asking her where she going, and she says she going to get her a murder case that didn't occur in her house. And I was like, all right then, girl, I know that's right. You better get something going on, because he's cheering and he about to go off, child. Well, Annalise goes to the location where the two defendants are being held, and they are waiting to talk with their attorneys. You know, the high-priced people, right? She comes in, and she basically lays down to the two defendants how the jury would see them, okay? She told them that they're already adopted kids, probably not privileged, very privileged, and probably not going to get a lot of money out of the deal, but they live in a death penalty state, and with an aunt saying that she's an eyewitness to them doing it, she can almost assure them that the jury would definitely be very quick to come back with a guilty verdict and want to try to put them on death row. Well, as she's telling them that, in comes the high-powered attorney, one of them by the name, I think his name is Victor. And then it's another Asian lady. Well, he comes in, and of course he knows what that is. That is basically her trying to, backdoor them and get their clients. And in an effort to make Annalise look as bad as possible, the gentleman, Steven, says, well, while she's in here, did she happen to tell you that she is a suspect in the murder case of her ex-husband who was killed by her boyfriend? Annalise didn't bat an eye, nor was she even bothered by that, because remember, Annalise's thing is, prove it. And she told the two defendants, when they screw up, holler at me. And they will. Okay, let's go back to the house, and she discussing with the students how they're going to try to take over this case from these two, from this law firm. Now, you got old Asher coming in saying that the aunt said that she saw them, and Annalise's thing is, okay, what does that mean? Are you afraid now to take on a challenge? And Connor brings up the Rebecca situation, saying, what about her? And Annalise tells them that the case is dead. It's over, she's gone. Well, Michaela concerned about how large the firm is that they're trying to oust, and Annalise tells her that's why it's more fun, because we're taking down somebody really large. And she can notice by the attitude that they're giving her that they're not really into what they're supposed to be doing, which is trying to come up with a way to get this case. And that kind of angers her somewhat, because she tells them, look, let me tell you something. Do you need a trophy to do your job? Don't think any of y'all are special. You're only here because I chose for you to be here. But if you don't want to do your job, get the hell out of my house. And while she was giving them that read, in comes this person that we weren't able to see until she completed her statement of telling them to get the hell out of her house. And that's when the camera pans over to Jean Grey. I call her Jean. On this episode of this show, she gonna be known as Eve, but she gonna always be Jean Grey to me, because I like the X-Men, and her and Storm and Wolverine are my three favorite X-Men, honey. So when you hear me say Jean, that's who the hell I'm talking about. And Jean come in and tell them, you might want to do your job, because she means that, okay? Well, Annalise take home into the office, and they talking, she asking her, why did Nate contact her to be his attorney and say that Annalise had sent him? And she confused as to why they being put together in that form when she hasn't heard from Annalise in quite some time, okay? Well, meanwhile, outside the office, the kids are all trying to figure out who is this mysterious woman. But y'all know Michaela know all the tea, baby, when it comes to who's who of society. Now, you would think that Asher would be that one, but that's not him. she knew, and she let them know that she is a top-notch death row attorney, and she has some type of program she started. Well, Annalise back in the office is asking her to represent Nate, and Jean asks, is he innocent? And she seemed confused. According to her, Annalise and her hadn't spoken in years, and all of a sudden, via third party, Annalise is asking her to take on a case and not giving her really any information. Plus, she feeling like, why couldn't you have just called me yourself? Well, Annalise is telling her, I didn't want there to be any public record of contact between the two of us, which makes her go to asking Annalise, did Nate do it? Did she put Nate up to do it? Or was there some blackmail involved? And all of those answers were no. Well, Jean asks Annalise to tell her what happened, and she says she can't. Now, at this point, Jean is starting to get a little aggravated, and she ready to go because she seems like she can't get no answers out of Annalise. But Annalise is telling her nothing that she can say can help her with the case. And Jean basically asks her, so why should I just take on a case that you send me, but you can't give me any information on it? Am I supposed to do that because we so close? And Anna told her, no, because I want you to do it because he's actually innocent. And she asked her to please tell her, and if she didn't want her to do it, why didn't she come? She asked her straight up, look, if you don't tell me what's going on. And Annalise's reply was, well, if you didn't really want to do this at all, if I was just someone from your past that you no longer cared about, you would not have come. And child, from there, we're going to go on over to Oliver and Connor house because they are now working on a way to figure out how to take the case from the big wigs, okay? And while Oliver on the computer doing his hacking thing, trying to see if he can find any background information on them, in comes Connor bucket naked wanting to have sex with him, okay? Now, we remember last season, at the end of the season, Connor and Oliver went to take HIV tests. Connor came back negative, but Oliver was positive. And apparently it's some kind of testing that it's a drug that he's taking now to make sure that he's 100% okay before they can actually resume having sex again. And I think it's something, I know they're going to have to use some type of protection, but whatever it is, he can't have sex with him for another 13 days. And because because Oliver is very, very much in love with Connor, he is not going to take the chance of infecting this young man. And he let him know it ain't nothing going on in here but rent. Okay? Child. Now let's go over to Wes, and he going over the siblings' case as well in his laptop in his apartment. But see, Frank done hacked his computer to see what all he does when he's on the computer. And when he finished looking through, I guess, information on the case dealing with the two kids accused of killing their parents, he starts looking up missing person files, and Frank immediately goes and let Annalise know. See, Frank think that Wes killed Rebecca, but he didn't, And she tells him she has a way of knowing for certain if Wes did it. And she asks Wes over and asks if they can hash things out because Wes was upset with her in the class. He said he was tired and he apologized. Well, she tell him they found Rebecca and where she is, and she tells him that she didn't want to have to come and see her tied up again like it happened last season when they called her after they had found her. That's why she hadn't told her. And at that moment, Laura comes in with footage from the aunt's whereabouts of the night of the alleged murder. Her alleged whereabouts the night of the murder. Remember, the aunt is saying that she was at the house that night that her sister and brother was killed, or her brother-in-law, whatever the hell. I don't know how the relation is, but she the aunt to the motherfuckers, and that's what they doing. Okay, now let's go back down to the courthouse, because now that they done did that, they need to present this doctored information. What Laura got was, she went and found out this lady goes to this spa. She has old footage from that spa from the year before, because the murder allegedly occurred in 2014. The woman used to go to this spa in the murder occurred in 2014. She used to go to the spa in 2013. So they got some old footage of the woman leaving, and what they've done is they remove the timestamp and put the date that they wanted to put on there. And that date that they put on there was the date of the actual night that the parents were murdered, okay? Now, they're going to present that to the greedy-ass bigwigs, knowing that they're not going to have their own people, their experts, go through these tapes to make sure that they are authentic. And true to form, they did, because old Laura asked caught old girl in that bathroom and told her she used to work at the spa, and she know for a fact the aunt is lying. And she provides her with a flash drive of the surveillance cameras for that night, allegedly. Now, old girl ain't bothered to go get she should have took it to her partner and had them go take it to an expert to make sure that it was authentic, but they didn't. They jumped the gun, glad that they had that information, and they presented it. Okay, we'll come back to them later. Well, they did present it in court, and the prosecution's objecting to it, saying that they knew nothing of the new evidence, but they did view it there. But the prosecution also has the opportunity to take the evidence and have their experts looked at it. But when we saw it the first time in court, it basically just showed that lady being at that spot that night instead of being where she said she was at, which was at the house, seeing her niece and nephew kill their parents. Now, let's go back to the house, and it's revealed that Asher and Bonnie is messing around, but don't nobody give a damn. We knew that, and everybody in that house knew that. But old Bonnie feeling some kind of way because Annalise don't trust her no more, so when there are secret conversations going on, she not a part of the motherfuckers no more. She tell Frank, okay? And she trying to feel her a little comfort because she lonely and feeling left out. She inviting him over there for a little puss, and he don't want none. He tell her he busy, got to study for tests and shit. Okay. At that same time, Michaela talking to Frank about that number that Rebecca had texted when they had her captive, right before they put her down in the basement of Annalise's house. She texted somebody on Michaela's phone, and she concerned that what if that person tries to contact her, because they still don't know that Rebecca's dead. So they thinking that could, be something, that could be a lead or something toward finding out where she at to keep her from being able to go to the police. Frank's telling her, because he know Rebecca dead, just leave the shit alone, don't worry about it, okay? All right. Later on, we see Frank following Wes around town because now Annalise has told him of this supposed whereabouts of Rebecca. Frank is just certain that he's going to go and try to go see the girl, but he don't. He go to a store. So there's egg in Frank's face. Child, they do so much. For these to be lawyers, I tell you, these some crooked-ass people. Well, let's roll over to Nate's house, and him and Jean talking. Now, she's trying to find out what she needs to know in order to be able to provide him with a proper defense, okay? And she asked him about the whereabouts of, the night of Sam's murder. And in his head, he replaying everything that really did happen, which was Annalise came to his house, they wound up having sex, yada, 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 okay? But Jean kind of aggravated because he ain't really giving her much information, and he seemed kind of uninterested in saving himself. And she told him that you seem like you uninterested in saving yourself, considering you're a black man accused of killing a white man. And they gave her the line of that night, child. He say, white folks always bring up race when it suits them, never when it matters. And I was like, okay, you best believe it. Well, she said he said he don't. Well, she said, I can understand why you don't trust me. And he basically told her, look, put yourself in my shoes. The woman that set me up for this murder has now tried to bring in a lawyer to supposedly get me off on this murder. And see, that was the first time she ever heard that. So she asked him, what you mean, set you up? And that's when he had to tell her what really went down. And after he did that, I guess she must have said she couldn't take his case, because we see Nate calling Annalise saying that she set him up and that her friend refused his case. And Annalise is trying to tell him he ain't know nothing. She didn't know anything about it, which she didn't. And he's saying, well, I might go to jail, but I'm taking you down with me. And she trying to further explain, and he hung the phone up in her face. So now let's go over to the airport or the hotel. Old girl is leaving. Jean is tired. She mad at Annalise because she think that Annalise framed him, and Annalise didn't deny it, and she asked Annalise to help her save Nate. She said, why would I want to help you by risking my own career when you won't be upfront with me? Plus, we didn't have that deep of a friendship, apparently, because I haven't heard from you in I don't know how long. And child, she seemed like she kind of heard about a little stuff, and we'll find out about it later. Now, let's go over to the bar. Michaela there, and I guess she's wallowing in her fucking sorrows because, you know, she ain't got no man no more. Her man went and started playing on the other team. Well, this guy come up, and he just being friendly, just having general conversations with her about what she drinking. She done peeped him from head to toe to head, and she wants to ask him questions like, you know, do you work nearby? Do you live nearby? Oh, boy realized she was flirting with him, and so she told him, he told her straight up, which he should have told her, good, look, I'm gay. Now, if I wasn't gay, I would be flattered, but I feel like I need to let you know that I am gay. Now, she all got her face broke and feeling shame, gonna tell him go now, like he asked to have a conversation with you. Bitch, he asked you about your goddamn drink. You went to thinking other ways. Then the dummy gonna actually text that number back that Rebecca had texted after Frank told her not to do it. See, Rebecca be the one, Michaela started a lot of her own problems. Now, let's go back to the court, child, because the prosecutors got the auntie on the stand and asking if she frequented that spa. And she said that she was at the spa back in 2013 for an injury she had, but she don't go there no more. Well, it's at that point the prosecution has already had their experts look at the film, and they were able to determine that the timestamp had been changed because they brought in the actual footage from the spa the night of the murder where their aunt is nowhere being seen, and they also showed them the clip of the one from 2013 that Laurel had given the female member of the big wig team. Yeah, so that then proved them to be lying, because either they lying or they doctored it up. Either way it go, it's not a good look for the defense, and that's exactly what Annalise and Blondie wanted. And they sat there in that courtroom and relished in the moment for a few minutes before making them a quick exit. When they left out the courtroom, Frank is waiting for Annalise in the hall. Him and Annalise walk away from Blondie, further making her feel left out of the crew. And Frank telling her that Wes did not go to the hotel, and Annalise says she don't talk to him. Frank still feel like Wes did it, so he wants to talk. He want to go with her, but she said no, she know how to handle him by herself. She don't want him to go. So back at the house later, she has Wes over, and she making dinner and small talk, child. And he basically let her know that, look, I know you told me that Rebecca was at that hotel hoping I was going to go, but I'm not going to do that because I gave her every opportunity possible. I told her I believed in her, and she left. And Annalise asked him, so you don't want to find her? He said, no. He said he hates that she left, but he has no intentions on looking for her because she made the choice to want to leave. And they both apologized, him for being the way he had been treating her, and her for even having a shadow of doubt about him. Again, remember, I told you they got like this mother-son relationship, almost borderline sexual too, because she be acting mighty cozy with that boy sometime. Well, anyway, child, Laura goes over to Frank's house asking him if Rebecca did. Now, she talking all loud out in that hallway, knowing damn well people be listening and stuff. He brought her ass into his house just to tell her she got too much time on her hand, and he don't know nothing about Rebecca being dead. He not giving her nothing to go on, and pretty much told her ass that and put her out, okay? Frank gonna then go over to Annalise's house and tell her that Laura came to him, telling him that she thought maybe Rebecca was dead because she hasn't gone to the police by now. They get to recalling how Laurel is, how her father is, and the background that she grew up in. And Frank is basically saying that it's always some quiet ones. And Annalise goes to thinking, and the person that comes to mind is a female, but it's not Laurel. She told him that he had the wrong female. And she goes and she sees Blondie, because that's who killed Rebecca. we get to see then the replay of her saying that Rebecca is a liability now, and she's caused a lot of problems. She put the tape over the girl's mouth, and we saw her suffocate her with the bag and stuff like that. Okay, so Blondie is the one that killed Rebecca, but yet no one knows it. But Annalise don't want to know that Blondie did it, because she didn't tell Frank. And Bonnie, I call her Blondie and Bonnie, child. But she basically trying to tell Annalise she did that for her. But no, you didn't. You did that for yourself, and you did that to try to make Sam look as good as possible, because we all know from last season that she had a love Jones for this man. I don't remember if they actually had a relationship or not, because seemed like Sam spread it wide. Y'all let me know down in them comments, did Blondie and this man have a relationship? But I know she was in love with him, and she does not want to ever see Sam as the person he truly was, which was a borderline woman beater, a cheater, you know, child, whatever. Well, anyway, Annalise goes to see Jean, and they talk, and Annalise is saying that she was right. You know, she do ruin people's lives. And we learned that Annalise and Jean used to have a relationship. She left her for Sam. Sam was once Annalise's therapist. That's something we already knew, though, okay? Anyway, child, let me see. She tells her that she was protecting somebody, and Jean asks her, is the person worth it? And she say, yeah, he is worth it. And they reminisce about the good old times, and then she's gonna set up the guest room for her, and baby, they go to kissing. And I said, come on through, Shonda Rhimes, girl, come on through for putting the realness of what's going on in 2015. Child, y'all might as well unclutch your damn pearls, because the gays are here, and they are being represented on primetime TV, and I ain't got no problem with it, because I already told y'all my stance on that. Alright, now next we see Annalise at the house of the two accused murders, and they asking her if she would be distracted by her own case, and she told them, no, she's not on trial. And the brother say, but they suspect you, and she said, suspect, but I'm not on trial. And I could have killed my husband, but again, I'm not the one on trial. They have to prove that, thus letting them know that she, even if she know that they didn't do it, if they can't prove it, they will walk fooling with Annalise. And pretty much she probably got the case, child, because she leaving there telling Frank on the phone that they in there. Now let's scroll back to the court, and we see Jean officially taking on this case. See him tell you that power that push. Okay. He shouldn't took on that case, and that judge asking her, can she keep up, you know, because she's a new person coming in, and they don't want no more delays than what already done been on. Well, Jean let them know, baby, I done took over death row cases in shorter time and won, so I'm good to go. And the judge allows her to take over the case as the defense attorney for Nate Leahy, a.k.a. Chocolate Thunder. Okay. Now let's go over to Oliver's place, and Connor arrived with all his belongings, saying he done sublet his apartment and he wants to move in and be, I guess they gonna make it a commitment to each other. Now that's been one of Oliver's concerns since he been with Connor, because we all know Connor got away with dick. And he will sleep with somebody in a heartbeat, child. Even his sister knows she didn't hook him up with people before. But Connor saying that he loves Oliver, he's willing to be with him. He, you know, he's not going to leave him because of his HIV positive status. Child, it gets to be a beautiful moment for them as well. Once again, we are seeing 2015 on primetime TV, and I hope y'all was not clutching y'all pearls, because I wasn't. I was like, get it in. But they couldn't get it in because Annalise called and he had to leave. Annalise took them to an underground club so that they could relax and have them some fun, child, because everybody just been so uptight since the murder and everything. And they go and they have themselves a good damn time. Annalise was serving us Mary J. Blige wig and everything. I said, you better do it, Viola. You better do it. Now, Asher not there yet because he being questioned by Miss D.A. bitch. Remember last season, at the end of the season, Miss D.A. bitch wanted to have some conversations with him. And basically what she got him down there asking him is, had he ever seen Rebecca before? She showed him a picture. Well, he gone and admit that he seen her before. Say she stopped by Annalise's house before, okay? Now, let's go back to the club, and Laurel and Michaela trying to make peace, but because Michaela been mad about that ring. Basically, Laura told her, girl, get over that shit. We passed that. Everything is good. And they go out. She pull her out there and they get the dancing, child. While they out there having a good time, whoever that person was texts Michaela's phone back, child. But we don't see what's gonna happen until later on in the season, child. While that's going on, we see a news broadcast that Blondie is watching, where the aunt who says she saw her niece and nephew murder their parents, she been found dead in the car, child, throat slashed. Blondie watching like she knows somebody, child, and then she makes a call to whom we don't know. Now, back at the mansion, the sister's working on a new paint, and the brother comes in saying he went for a walk, and she like, I didn't even know you were gone, okay? Now, let's go back to the club a minute, because they all having fun and carrying on. And then it flashes 2 months ahead, and we see the mansion where the kids are living, and we hear a shot. And as it's happening, we hear Annalise saying that statistically, if you're going to be killed, it's going to be by someone you know, okay? Well, child, next thing we know, we see Wes running away from the mansion. We go back inside the house. They show the portrait of the family portrait of the father, the mother, and them two adopted kids. It's got blood all over it, and Annalise is laying on the floor gasping for air. She done been shot in what it appears to be the stomach. So this season is probably going to be mostly about who shot Annalise and why. Well, I'm pretty sure she's not dying because she just won an Emmy for this damn show. Plus, she's the leading person on here. But we gonna see, and I'm gonna be here with y'all to tell y'all all the tea as it unravels. You know I am. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys probably tomorrow for Empire. And I'm going to try to get If Loving You Is Wrong up. If it don't come up by tomorrow, then I'll combine this week's episode with next week's episode and do one big review on it. But definitely I'll be in with Empire tomorrow. You all have a good evening, and I'm going to try to do the damn same thing. Remember to keep Sean Bradley in your prayers. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.